Hi guys and welcome back. In this video we'll be looking at casting inside of Unreal Engine 5. So without any more further delays, let's get started. But before we actually do that, if you guys have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment down below, or you could choose to join my Discord server. Link to that will be down in the video description. So what do you mean by casting? So casting is basically a way to convert from one data type to another. So the most simplest type of casting is just converting an integer to a float, things like that basically. So even this is going to be termed as casting. So if I just go ahead and print a string, and let's say I wanted a number, so I'll just make an int. So make literal int, I guess it's called. So let's say I wanted to print out a number. So this is a type of casting as well, converting an integer to a string. Now also, let's say I wanted this to be a float, I could again use this conversion node, which will essentially convert this to a float. So I plugged it back into an integer, so that's the reason it went there. So now I should be getting 342.0 because it is a float. So you get the point. So these are all the basic types of casting. However, in most practical games, in most practical applications, you would use casting in context of classes and objects. So let me show you what I mean by that. So we can go ahead and delete this, we don't need this anymore. Now let me just import the third person template. So go to add, feature a content pack, and go ahead and add in the third person template. And you can go ahead and change the game mode as well. And you could just go ahead and click on save all. Now if you go ahead and press play, you should be getting the third person character. We could go ahead and just adjust the camera a little to make our job a little more easier. So now this should be good for us. Alright, so let's just create a simple function and let me demonstrate what casting actually does. So create a new blueprint class and let's call this one pickup. So let's say we wanted to pick up an actor, and we can just drop it in the level as such. And over here we can add in a sphere collision, and we'll be using a line trace, so make sure it actually blocks the collision. So go ahead and type in collision and go to custom and just block visibility so that you would be able to hit it with a line trace. Now you can head into your third person character, open up the event graph. Let's just say our interact key is the F key. So when you press F on your keyboard, we can go ahead and perform a function. So let me just do a simple line trace here. So line trace by channel. The start location is just going to be our camera location. So get player camera manager, and we can get the location. So get actor location, and that's going to be the start. And we can get the forward vector of our camera, and we can trace forward by certain number of units. So we can multiply it by, let's say, 1000. So make this a float and let's say 1000 units. And we can go ahead and add this to our starting location, put that in, and that's going to be the end. And just make an array and just ignore self. And now if we actually hit something, we can go ahead and print out hello. Now we can also go ahead and break the hit result because we do have access to the hit actor. So if we go ahead and press F, you see we don't get hello when we actually look up, but if we look down, we get hello because we are hitting the floor. Now we also know that we are hitting an actor because the hit result actually returns an actor. Now there is one way you can get the name of the actor, so get display name. However, this is not a way to uniquely identify actors. If you read the comment over here, if you read the note which is given over here, it says that in editables this is the actor label, in non-editables this is the actual object name. So this should not be used to uniquely identify actors. So how do you do it? Now when you hit an actor, you know that it is an actor. But let's say you wanted to access a variable inside pickup. Now let's just make a pickup name variable, make it a string and expose it on spawn so that we can set it or whatever. So instance editable, expose on spawn, and we can set the value of this over here in the details panel. Select the pickup and go into details, and we can say this is let's say some pickup. Now go ahead and save everything. If we go ahead and press F, okay, we didn't put the code actually. So if we go ahead and print a string, we get hit actor, but let's say I wanted to access name. Now we know that the actor that we hit is a pickup, but how do you actually check that in program? We know that the object we hit is an actor, but we don't know if it's a pickup actor. So that is where you use casting. So you are going to cast to pickup. Now if whatever this object the cast function takes in is actually a pickup object, it's going to return the object reference, as well as it's going to come out through this execution pin. So let me just show you with a hello. So if we actually look towards the pickup, so it prints out hello. So now head back into your third person character. Now since we know that it's a pickup, we have access to the pickup object reference. Now we can go ahead and access the variable. So now if you type in get name, you can go ahead and print the name of the pickup. So you see we get some pickup. So this is basically how casting works. This need not be purely with objects. So if I just type in get class, and if I just type in get class defaults, now there is one problem to this. This is in general for an actor class, but what if you actually wanted to know if it's a pickup class rather than object? So this is just a roundabout way of doing this. This is not a practical use, but I'm just showing you the way you'd use cast to class. So cast to pickup class. Now before we actually do anything, we can just check if it's actually working. So we can print hello in this case. So we can remove our previous cast. So if I press F, you see that we get hello when we look towards the pickup. Alright, so now that we have this, we can again access the class defaults of our pickup. So get class defaults, and we have access to the name. Now let's say our default name over here is something. So let's say our default name is default, and now we can go ahead and print this out. So if we press F, we get default. So what did we actually do here? So basically we took the class of our pickup, and here we only knew that it's an actor class. We didn't know that it was a pickup actor class. So we cast it to the pickup class so that we know it's actually a pickup class and not just any other actor class. And since we do have a class reference, we can get the class defaults. So this is the default value for the variable name. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. And if you guys were wondering about C++, the equivalents of these are present in C++ as well. You would do cast, open up your brackets and do the same thing. So that's pretty much how casting works in C++ as well. There is static cast as well as your standard C style casting, but that's something for another video. So once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.